And we should be live for the after show, talking about all the crap I just came out with about Disney Star Wars. Let's see if I can announce the after show, because I seem to have cocked up my YouTube stuff somehow and can't find it. Where's my live stuff? Live? Oh, there's my live stuff. There it is, after show. Go to... How'd you open the bloody thing? No. If anyone knows how to make YouTube do what it's supposed to do, then please tell me, because I seem to be cocking this up massively. Ah, there we go. It's up massively. Oh no, I've got an echo. Lovely. So. Star Wars After Show. Anyone who wants to come and join me for a chat, I will put it in some of the group chats or send it to you directly if you would like. Here we go. Yeah. So here's my thoughts. Overall, I was kind of disappointed by The Rise of Skywalker, but I was not expecting to not be disappointed. So I suppose you could say I wasn't that disappointed because I wasn't expecting it to be a good film. I hoped it would be better than it was, but it wasn't. Oh, have I actually managed to get... There we go. It's actually working. Would you like to come and join me for the after show, Mr. Richardson? I've got some space for having a chat if you like. Anyone who wants to join me, I'll put the link in the thing. There we go, our link. Anyone who has any comments as well that they want to say about the recent Star Wars disasters, please put them in the chat. And I will, say things about them. No, I've just put the link twice in the group chat. That's not what I was trying to do. God, when you do stuff on the fly, it never works how you're expecting it to, does it? You were just kind of, oh, nope, no, clicked the wrong thing, broke it. I broke everything. Why don't I tell you about my spaceship? There we go. Why don't you tell us about your spaceship and perhaps also where you're headed to right now? Well, this spaceship is a very common ship used by bounty hunters and mercenaries. I, of course, acquired this ship because where else would you acquire a spaceship of this kind? And the planet I am currently in orbit of is Dantooine. It's a very nice kind of largely uninhabited planet. It's not completely uninhabited, but it is not very inhabited. There's a lot of plant and animal life, and there's a few primitive near-human species down there that live in small tribal communities near the coast, and there's a few settlers that farm the land inland. They rarely come across each other, but when they do, they tend to keep their distance. The planet Dantooine has some quite interesting history in the expanded universe, which, of course, Disney's decided is a load of bullshit. So I've decided Disney's a load of bullshit. But let's have a little read about Dantooine, shall we? Unless anyone else wants to join me in the chat here. So, Dantooine is a pleasant world of grasslands, rivers, and lakes. It appeared in the films as the place where Princess Leia tells Grand Moff Tarkin the rebel base is, in order to prevent him from blowing up Alderaan. He blows up Alderaan anyway, and it turns out she was lying. There was a rebel base there, but not anymore. The planet hosts a small population spread among single-family settlements and small communities with large land holdings. It's essentially like a frontier farming planet. A normal day on Dantooine lasts 25 standard hours, and a total year is 378 days. It has several continents. Tell me the location of the hidden rebel base. Well, I can tell you, Nerdy, it's not here. There's several continents on Dantooine. We have an equatorial one connected to a larger northern one and a south polar one. by slender land bridges. There's also a disconnected northeastern continent. Where's the bit on this page about the population of the planet? You can tell I haven't planned this bit, can't you? I was hoping somebody else would show up to have a chat in the after show. Nerdy, get in here, you knobhead. Alright, where's it? Oh dear, what's that? Okay, so there's that's what I can talk about. What actually should have been happening during the time period that these Star Wars films take place in. At the time, the amount of time after Return of the Jedi that the Disney rip-off sequels take place, it should be just after what's known in Star Wars as the Yuuzhan Vong War, which is a war with an extragalactic enemy, as in a group of aliens from outside the Star Wars galaxy that come in and start messing them up. The planet Dantooine, which you can see in the background here that I'm in orbit of, was affected by the Yuuzhan Vong War. There was an invasion which wiped out a lot of the local population. Well, this is the after show, Rory. There's no need to stay on topic. I'll put the link in again. That's not the link. I'm probably not going to be doing this for terribly long unless we get a good conversation going. Because I had a plan for the last minute. Some other people have come up with a plan. There he is. Hello.
Hello, hello.
There he is.
There we go. Well, no, as I just mentioned in the chat, Badger, it's not really my topic thing, but I did enjoy your video.
There we are.
Hello, as I just mentioned in the chat, I did enjoy your video. I did enjoy your video. So hold on.
Seems to have a bit of echo going on. Just give me a second.
Right, hold on. That's better now, isn't it?
That seems to be better, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, as I was just saying, I did mention it's not really my topic, but I did, and I thought it was an excellent video. I just noticed that you did make in your notes quite a few references to pulling things out of one's arse.
I did indeed, yes.
I suppose that just must be a Badger thing, I suppose.
Well, it's the term for in the story where they're making it up as they go along. There was clearly no plan from the start of the sequel trilogy or sequel trilogy.
Right. I mean, I haven't seen it, so don't worry about the spoiler thing, because I'll probably never watch it anyway now. But I did watch the first one and a couple later, and I thought they were pretty good, the early ones. Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend these recent ones. They're not very good.
Anyway, hello, Randolph. Nice to meet you.
Hello, nice to meet you too, Rory. I
You're
remember
welcome.
seeing you in the chat.
Yeah.
I didn't want to leave Badger all alone here. I thought I would probably pop in and say a few things while I slog through all this paperwork. I have a deadline. I have to get this done by the end of the month. So I want to try to get it completed today if possible.
Well, at least it's daylight your time.
Yeah, nighttime for you, and Badger, well, he's out in space, so it's any time for him.
It's dark out there too. Yeah.
I don't know. He's got his sunglasses on. He's probably wanting to protect his eyes from the bright stars out there.
Yeah, that must be a problem for astronauts, actually.
That's why they have the mirrored visors on the spacesuit.
Right.
Or sunglasses when they're inside the spaceship. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I just bring these fancy shades.
Yeah, your spaceship looks great.
Well, thank you. It's not new.
Well, you sure keep it clean.
Well, I mostly use it for bounty hunting missions, you see, so I need to... if your job is to capture alive, it's no good somebody dying of some space infection on the way to drop them off.
Oh, you can get infections in space? Huh.
Oh, yeah.
I know people can get osteoporosis if they're up there too long, but infections, wow. I hadn't thought of that.
I'm starting to imagine...
a lot of different species, and there's a lot of cross-contamination of such things as diseases and bacteria.
Oh, okay.
So you got to keep the spaceship clean.
Mm.
How long does it take the Badger spaceship to do the castle run?
Castle run? What's the castle run?
Well, I can tell you, it's more than 12 parsecs for me.
Obviously, I need to get myself up in space at some point. I have to learn what all this stuff means.
Because I am not going through that nebula thing.
I think I might have, excuse me, might have mentioned this before on a previous chat or something, but I did actually fly Concorde once, and at 55,000 feet, I did fly Concorde once.
Oh, fly Concorde! It cut you off right in the middle of that sentence.
From Washington D.C. to London Heathrow, but at 55,000 feet, you are very close to the ionosphere, and you can see the dark blue, of the stratosphere, or is it ionosphere? I can't remember. But and you can see the curvature of the Earth, and it's actually quite fun. But that's the closest I've ever been to space.
There was a flat earther telling me that there's a conspiracy among the pilots unions to not let flat earthers become pilots. Because they see the curvature of the Earth.
You don't want them taking a passenger plane off the edge of the disc, do you?
No.
I mean, it's round.
Well, round can still be flat, spherical.
Yeah, but as has been well established now, it can't be flat because the cats would have pushed everything off.
Oh yeah, that's a point that can't be argued because cats.
Mm-hmm.
They're stubborn like that.
So, Rory, I hear you've recently become a YouTuber.
You're absolutely correct. Yes, I posted my first video onto YouTube a couple of days ago. Yesterday, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
Day before. And it took forever. I couldn't believe how long it took to upload and download. Maybe it's my internet, but I was like, I'm not going to go through this every day.
Okay, well, a lot of the internet providers, the high-speed ones especially, they'll have maybe the download speed is usually a lot faster than the upload speed, unless you have a business connection. So, and so that could be what you're experiencing is that, and a lot of them they throttle it back to about 10 or 20% ratio, like 10 or 20% upload, and the rest is download. So that way people have a fast experience because most people are just sending out a website address, sending the occasional email, and mostly downloading videos and websites and things. So it makes sense to provision it that way. And so that could be what you're experiencing. You could talk to your provider and find out if there's a possibility they can help you with provisioning the upload speed a little bit faster. Sometimes they can, depending on which provider it is.
Right. Okay. Yeah, because I just have a standard domestic connection, but it's meant to be a fiber one. But I live in a village in the middle of nowhere, and apparently it's something to do with your distance from the telecommunications point or something. And the further you live away from that, the slower your band speed is, because it's still, even though it's a fiber connection into the main telecommunications box, then it still goes down the old wires, telephone wires, to your house. So it kind of defeats the object of
the they still need the copper wires for some of it.
Yeah. And I can't imagine where I live, we'll get fiber direct to your house, and living, well, as long as I live anyway.
Well, a lot of it has to do with the equipment that you're using, and the equipment they're using at each end of the fiber, the transceivers. So.
Anyway, Badger.
Hello.
I'm starting to imagine your burrow. It might be quite large with your spaceship and everything else that you have.
Oh, I don't keep the burrow in the spaceship. I don't keep the spaceship in the burrow. It'd get a bit cramped in there with that. It's hidden in a secure location.
I was thinking about that's why I was wondering about it. I thought that must be quite a thing, almost like I don't know. Well, a spaceship garage. I've never even seen one.
Yeah, there's I sometimes take it over to Mos Eisley Spaceport, but you got to be careful there.
Why is
It's a
that?
wretched hive of scum and villainy.
Wow, sounds like a fun place.
So what is it you're working on? How is it I normally put your name in the group chat? It's Rich Dolph Randallson, isn't it?
There you go, making fun of my name again. Randolph. I don't know, I just happened to see, and I thought I'd have some nice video on in the background. Next thing I know, here I am trying to get onto your spaceship.
Oh, outstanding! What is it you're working on there? If if it's not a top secret amazing project.
No, it's paperwork, boring tax government paperwork.
Oh.
So nothing
Government
really
stuff, eh?
And it's not secret like Donald Trump's or anything like that. So it's just boring. We collect sales tax from our customers, and we have to remit it to the government every 3 months. And if we don't do it on time, then they charge late fees and stuff. So We always
Yeah.
get it on time. It's not a problem, but it's a hassle because it has to be done. That kind of
And go
stuff.
do that paperwork.
Yeah, it's a chore. Nothing exciting. I wish it was exciting.
Did you happen to see my recent video reading the transcript?
No, I haven't. You're talking about the one with Activist is organizing, right?
Say again?
Is that the one you're talking about with Activist, or is it a different project?
No, that was the one I did with Mr. Black Sofa.
Oh, no, I'm not familiar with that one. I'll have to take a look. Send me a
No,
link in a private chat on Twitter when you get a chance.
Yeah, I did that the other day. We did a live reading of the transcript of Trump's email phone call with with the guy.
Oh, that I've got to see. Okay. Or listen to.
And
How did it go?
I tried to put on my best Trump voice.
How did it go? Is it appropriate for children?
I don't think Trump's ever appropriate for children, is he?
Did you grab any cats?
No, not in that one.
It took a moment for that to sink in, eh? It's like the little kid asking, "Oh no, is he grabbing cats? Is he hurting them?" And no, he's not hurting them. Hopefully.
Oh, did you have you seen the bit where they've you know when
Hello.
he appeared in the first Home Alone film, Donald Trump.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking of seeing if I can modify that video to put a stream of toilet paper on his shoe in that scene.
Did he really, Badger?
Cameo.
Yeah, he was.
Hello.
He had an appearance for like 5 seconds or something.
Oh right.
Yes.
Okay.
And he was just giving the kid directions in one of his hotels where to go.
Somebody's recut that scene. They've changed his dialogue in the scene. So what he says now, according to the new dialogue for the scene, is what's the kid's character's name?
Oh, I forgot.
Well, whatever the kid's called, he goes up to Donald Trump and he says, "Excuse me, where can I find the whatever?" And Donald Trump looks at him and goes, "Down the hall and grab him by the pussy."
Oh boy.
He just walks off like, thanks.
Before I forget,
What do we got, Rory?
just before I forget, I wanted a quick shout out to Nerdy Rodent. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. I think you're probably number 8 or something. And another point, you did mention about in the chat, Rory was a proper pilot. Cool. No, I didn't pilot Concorde, but I was actually, this was prior to 9/11, I was actually invited into the cockpit in the days when you were allowed to do that. And so that was kind of fun. And I even had my Mickey Mouse cufflinks on at the time. Talking of Disney.
You know, I don't feel comfortable on airplanes at all, and I know that if I was able to kind of be in the cockpit to watch the whole takeoff sequence, that would probably help me a lot. I've never had that experience.
Well, my brother Piers, he was a commercial airline pilot, and he also built his own aeroplane, which is a fully aerobatic. It's a tandem seat aeroplane, and I went up with him in that, and I think we managed to pull about 4G or something, which nearly made me sick. But strange enough, my daughter went up with him once, and I've got a video of that. Which maybe I should upload that if I can find it. But this was her first ever time in a light aircraft, and she just hops in, and he takes off, and he does barrel rolls and looping the loop and all that sort of aerobatic stuff. And she absolutely loved it.
Oh, that's great. That's not for me. I don't like the small planes at all. I'm more comfortable in the bigger ones. They just feel safer. I always get the window seat. That helps.
I've been in the big ones, but not the small ones.
I was in a small one once, and it was terrifying. So I won't do it. I won't do it again.
I have been in a helicopter though.
And I was really happy that the small one was a short flight because the pilot realized he needed to go back for fuel, and then that was that. I was real happy that it wasn't going a full flight and took the bus instead. Caught up with everybody a couple days later, or a day later, or something later in the day.
Well, here's an old story. I took a flight once from Missouri to northern Arkansas, and I checked in at the airport in Missouri, and that was fine. And then they put me down to the departure lounge, and then suddenly the same person who checked my ticket in came down and led me out to the airplane. It was one of those ones that you have to walk up the ladder and everything. Anyway, it turns out and there's no one else in the waiting room. And it turned out I was the only passenger on that commercial flight. So I basically had a pilot, a navigator, and a stewardess looking after me on my own personal flight.
How many seats were there?
Oh, must have been about 40, I think. It was
that's a small plane.
Turboprop, yeah.
But you took the first class seat, of course.
Actually, I'm not sure we really had first class, but no, I took my designated seat. But they led me to it. And then nobody else came on. I was like, oh, okay. It was quite amusing.
Wow. A lot of jet fuel wasted that day, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
I did see a fun picture of somebody who'd found himself being the only person on a commercial flight. He set his camera.
That was probably
camera up. He set his camera up and took a photo of himself sitting in every seat on the plane in various different poses.
Might as well. Oh, look what else to do. That's a great idea. Hello there.
Hello. Hello. I don't think I've been on a stream with Randolph before.
Hello. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
For a change. Oh, that was...
I've gone. I'm back again.
Oh.
Yeah, that's not the button to make you bigger.
I was worried. I thought you got yourself into a pickle there.
Whoa, yes.
There we go.
Hello. Welcome to the Pickle Show, featuring the rather bad-tempered badger.
Okay, we need to make sure we keep this kid-friendly now, because kids are going to see this and want to watch.
Oh, okay.
It looks like fun.
Yeah. Look, Mama Montelli. I'm famous.
So what's all this about?
It's
What a fantastic use of time.
Tad-bempered badger, yeah.
The Tad-Bem... It's because of this Rich Dolph Randallson, isn't it?
Yeah.
You've been practicing, haven't you?
Spoonerisms are good. I like spoonerisms.
So, what have you been up to, Mr. Rodent, or Mr. Pickle?
I have been playing with graphics and emulating famous artists without having any skill whatsoever.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah. Deep dream. You can blame Google and people like that. Basically, they've got this thing they call a generative adversarial network. Ooh, complicated, isn't it? And it's essentially an AI. It's a computer. It teaches itself, and you can in the world you can get it to do lots of things, but I just use it for art. So you get it to recognize things, and then you can go wild with it. So, for example, I use something called Artbreeder at the moment, and that's been trained on human faces. So you can generate lots of faces that look exactly like real people, but they're not. There's a fantastic website, thispersondoesnotexist.com, and you go to it, and it will give you a picture of a person that does not exist, and you will swear left and right that it's a photo, but it's not. It's just a computer-generated image. And then you can do things like neural style transfer, which is where you take the style of another image and transfer it onto another picture. So you could take a picture of yourself or a member of your family, and then apply a Van Gogh style to it. So you could say, all right, merge it with Starry Night, and it'll take that picture and do it in the Starry Night style. So I just did it in my recent video, lots of different things. I've taken a boat and applied like a sort of Chinese wave style, if you remember those sort of Chinese, Japanese pictures that are quite intricate with the little waves. So yeah, I've been playing with that recently. It's great fun transferring styles onto things. And you need no skill to do it. It's great.
I do enjoy playing with the Photoshop filters for various images. They're not quite so advanced as turning everything into a Van Gogh painting, but I do enjoy fiddling with them because they can come out with some interesting things. I've used them for I use the cutout filter quite a bit for not the cutout one, the poster edges filter quite a bit for my thumbnails for my videos.
Yep, it's very, very similar to that. And then the one I've been playing with recently is EB Synth. So that's where you can take that picture that you've done your stylization to and animate it. So what it'll do, the EB Synth isn't an AI. It's an example-based generator. So it just extrapolates images based on a number of keyframes that you give it. But basically, you could take your Starry Night style picture, or whatever you've got, and run that through EB Synth, and then you can do an animation for it. It's quite useful.
We seem to have two Richdolf Randolphsons.
Oh, that's good.
Well, here's a quick
Let's
question.
add another one. What's this about?
Yeah, there you go. That exact style there. Yes, that's the Starry Night picture.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's a question for you, Randolph.
Yeah.
How do you put these things, StreamYards? Because I haven't figured out how to make it display things like this where we're all looking at the thing.
Well, there's just a button here at the bottom.
Yeah, at the bottom,
called
share screen.
Yep.
Mute, stop cam mic, share screen, leave studio.
Oh,
So
it's the share screen one. Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let me see what I can do then. So if I open
I thought this
this,
picture would be appropriate since Badger's in space and we're talking about Van Gogh and Photoshop. I didn't make this, but I thought it was very cleverly done, and I thought it's a good fit for the conversation.
Yeah. See, I can't draw at all. So what I did on my recent video was, all the free video sites like Pixabay and Unsplash and all that lot. So I got videos down from Pixabay, and then took one frame out of that video, converted it into the style that I wanted it using the Deep Dream or neural transfer algorithms, and then ran it through EB Synth so I could get the animated video. So I did a lizard and turned it into a weird, lots of colors and waves I've got turning into a picture as well. Yeah, it's quite good fun.
oh, I see.
I had a quick question for Randolph as well. Talking about Van Gogh, why is it that Americans pronounce him Van Gogh?
Well, first of all, I can't really speak for the Americans because I'm Canadian.
Oh, sorry.
Dun, dun, dun.
No apology
Oh my God.
necessary. It's
Sorry
okay.
for misnationing you. Yeah.
That's okay. It's fine. I don't mind. There's, I think it's just the way we've learned to pronounce it here in Canada, and I guess I'm going to guess that it's probably the same for a lot of Americans as well.
Oh, it's actually
Well,
different in Dutch, isn't it? Because they've got more of a K sound, so it's more Van Gogh.
That's what Badger said earlier. Yeah.
Mm. Or, in fact, I think it may even be more cock, which is why people don't say it, because it sounds like that.
Okay, so I figured out the screen sharing.
Ooh. I don't. Oh, we've got a.
The
What's
filming
this
of Blade
just
Runner
for?
2041, where
Oh, it's the new one.
3.9 even, where Harrison Ford punched Ryan Gosling in the face. And I don't mean the character punched the character in the face. I mean Harrison Ford punched him in the face during filming.
Oh, cool.
Accidentally or on purpose?
There were a lot of lighting effects in that room, and neither of them could see where their marks were on the floor and how far apart they were from each other. So Harrison Ford just punched him right in the chops.
He does look quite shocked. I think that was an accident. He's like, shit, I've just punched him in the face.
Oh,
Let's get rid of that. What do we got here?
I made that with Photoshop.
Yeah, cool. See, that's just ripe for something like EB Synth, you know. Yes.
Or Doge Van Gogh, if you're doing it that
Doge
way.
Van Gogh. Yeah, Doge Van Gogh.
I did make a
You like that painting, don't you?
I do. It's good.
Oh, this.
Oh, I've started. Apparently, I've started some shit in Neil's group chat.
Uh-oh. What happened?
Well, underneath your link to my video saying "Rise of Shitwalker Aftershow," Bible Belt Atheist said "Rise of Shitwalker." All right, now that was good. And
Not good enough for him to be here, though.
the Milk Bubba said, Badgers really enjoyed shitting on the sequel movies since they came out. To which I replied, I know like. And Purple Rhymes with Orange is put in quotes, and then in brackets afterwards from Badger's review, 2 out of 10, it is functionally a film.
Congratulations, you have made a film. I will say nothing more about it.
Huh.
Oh dear.
That sounds all right then.
Another Doge one that I made. I'm going to share with you.
I do enjoy the Doges.
Okay, well, I got quite involved in the Dogecoin community.
I'm gonna have to figure out what this Doge thing is, aren't I, before I get too lost.
There's a Dogecoin community.
Yes, it's kind of like Bitcoin, but a lot faster. And
I suppose there would have to be a Dogecoin community, wouldn't there?
it's fantastic. I think that currency is actually there to stay. It's actually built very well, unlike a lot of the other cryptocurrencies. So yeah, there's that. I also like Litecoin, Monero, and there's one other that the name escapes me at the moment, but I've got it on my website.
Would you say it is superior to the original Bitcoin?
No. Bitcoin is the granddaddy of them all. It's going to stay in place. It gets most of the development. That one is going to stay. I've done minor contributions to some of the Bitcoin Core system, and yeah, it's they're a good group of developers there. They're very good, and they're all kind of seeming to just stay behind the scenes, and they just have a love for making sure this technology works reliably, and they really have high standards for the quality of the work they do from what I've seen. So, I think Bitcoin's got a great foundation that's still strong and steady, and it's stable. So I see it as not going anywhere anytime soon. There's hundreds and hundreds of different cryptocurrencies out there. A lot of them are scams, and
it's probably a good idea for them to stay behind
in my opinion,
to be honest.
In my opinion, what differentiates a cryptocurrency from whether or not it's a currency is if it's a currency, it does not have a CEO, it does not have a board of directors, it doesn't have a government that can arbitrarily do chargebacks and things like that. So if there's a board of directors or governing body or some kind of CEO or something like that, there's some company behind it, it's not a currency. It's just another financial instrument like an investment. treat it like a stock. And I think governments would be right to look at the ones that are kind of independent without all that stuff, like Bitcoin and a few others, including Dogecoin, as treat them as actual currencies.
All right.
Did you see about the double spending scams recently?
Yeah, those don't work in Bitcoin because only one transaction will succeed in the end. So,
I thought it was Bitcoin that was impacted.
well, if it's recent, I'm not right up to date with it. So if there's something, then I may have missed it. But I remember there was some issue with this quite a while ago, a long time ago.
Yeah,
and,
it's an old problem.
In that, that's
Probably in.
Yeah, I think it was yesterday or today. Yeah, I mean, basically, you take over if you can control more than 55%, then you can pick which blockchain algorithm you're going to use. So you roll back the blockchain algorithm during a transaction, which then allows double spend.
Yeah, there's nobody that owns that much. There's a lot of people who run a lot of mining equipment, and there's no threat of that happening. So it'd be too many of them would have to get together to make that happen, and I just don't see it happening.
I've been thinking of investing in some Bitcoins, but I haven't done it yet.
Mm-hmm. Well, like I say, treat it like another currency and talk to somebody who actually understands currency trading and financial advisors who are certified and will actually give you an impartial view on it. Don't ask me because I can't tell you where the price is headed. I do not know. Anybody who claims that they know where the price of any currency is going is somebody to be very cautious of, I would say.
Yeah, it was Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin Gold, 51% of tax, $72,000 in cryptocurrency double spend.
Yeah, Bitcoin Gold has an interesting history because the currency descriptor BTG was used by a different currency before that. And it suddenly, when Bitcoin Gold came along and there's this conflict on these descriptors, it became an issue. A descriptor would be like for US dollars, USD, for Canadian dollars, CAD, for the United Kingdom pound, is UKP, and so on. So those are actually called descriptors. A lot of people say symbols. No, symbol would be your dollar sign or your pound sign.
So is Bitcoin Gold different to Bitcoin, or what?
Yep.
What is that?
They're all different. You're looking for each one of them is different. So if you ever want to check on the price of Bitcoin, you can, for example, go into Google and type 1 CAD to BTC. Or 1 USD to BTC, whatever currency you want, and it'll tell you what it is, or 1 BTC to whatever your currency is, and it'll tell you how much 1 Bitcoin is worth.
Yeah, I don't go anywhere near Bitcoin or any sort of virtual currency like that personally.
Yeah.
I do use robo traders though for things, so those have been all right so far.
Family's calling me. I'm going to have to go.
Okay.
Very and nerdy Rory and nerdy rodent. It's good to see you, the Badger. Have a safe home from.
Very good to see you as well. Come in again. We'll have a proper chat sometime.
Yeah, I look forward to it. Take care. Bye bye.
See you later, Mr. Randolphson.
Richard Randolphson.
Yeah, Rich Dolph.
What? Oh, I'm on telly again, Mum. Hello. What's happening?
So, I'm just looking at this gherkin you've brought.
It's terrifying. There's many things. There's potatoes and all sorts in there.
Wasn't that guy? I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. Are you still here, Rory?
Rory.
Oh, sorry.
No.
Yes, he is. Yes.
I'm still here, but I've got the dog barking and all sorts of stuff going on in the background. So
it's very difficult.
Let me see.
So yeah, I think I'm going to have to eject myself reasonably shortly.
All right. Well, have a wonderful night when you make your escape, and at some point we should arrange having a proper chat.
Well, that would be lovely, Badger. Yes, absolutely. I look forward to it.
We should do some kind of discussion on some topic or other.
Yeah, hold on a minute. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, it's all gone a bit naff now. All right, I'll say good night.
All right. Speak to you later.
Yeah.
It's a very stretchy gherkin you have there.
It is. I enjoy the way it stretches and moves. It's
Hang on.
sometimes quite painful to do in real life as well.
Wait. Go big. There we go.
Badger has made a very large gherkin. Extreme close up.
No, hey, come in close again. Oh my!
What the? It's my shocked gherkin expression. Yeah, it's quite good for
Oh dear.
a free application. Could do a Badger one.
Well, that's an interesting idea.
You can make your own. You can download a Lens Studio.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
to be-
interesting. Because then maybe I could get more mouth movement going on here.
Pretty basic. I mean, you just pick the eyes. Well, it'll track the eyes and the mouth for you. So if you want to include those, then yeah, you include those. You don't have to include the eyes even.
So, what do you make of something that's happened recently? I don't know.
Things.
Yeah.
Uh,
Stuff. What do you make of that?
it depends what they are.
Shit,
Yeah.
man! You're supposed to.
The things. I mean, Witch is quite recent, and I do enjoy that.
Oh yeah,
It's certainly a good film. Set of
the Valley of Penis.
yes, yeah, throw coins everywhere. Although it was, I mean, some of the characters were a bit weird, like Triss.
I haven't actually seen most of it.
Yeah, I'm only about halfway through, so I haven't seen all the way to the end. But it's like, hang on, A, she's got the wrong coloured hair, and where's all the romance between her and yeah.
I have gained a lot of respect for Mr. Cavill, though.
Mr. Who?
The guy playing Geralt.
Oh, that's real people's names, is it? I'm useless with real people's names.
Yeah, the guy playing him.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he's very good. He had the voice. I wasn't too sure about the look because the face was a little bit off as well. He seemed a bit too young and perhaps not quite rugged and scarred enough.
Yeah, that's what I thought when I first saw him.
Mm.
And then I actually heard him doing interviews talking about doing the show, and I was like, actually, no, they've got the perfect person for this role.
Yeah, it only took me about 5 minutes, and I was like, yeah, fuck it, yeah, he's good.
Have you seen any of The Mandalorian?
No, I guess that's only on Disney, isn't it? Or some other thing. I don't know. No, I've not seen it.
You need to watch it how any true Mandalorian should.
As a bounty hunter, I'd have to, kidnap it from somewhere. Yeah.
It's an enjoyable show. I'd say at this stage, it's the only thing keeping Star Wars going. Well, no, that and the Clone Wars.
I don't know. I don't think Star Wars will ever die. It has an eternal quality to it.
That's true, but at the moment, the only thing keeping interest in it is The Mandalorian, this new Kenobi show,
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know. You see, I'm an old bugger, so I like watched the first three at the cinema and was very excited about that, and then probably didn't watch any of the things after that. So I haven't read any of the books, or I've seen maybe one or two Clone Wars, and that's about it. Yeah.
All right. Well, here's the thing with the Star Wars. What we have is you have someone like me who watched the originals as a young child,
Hmm.
and then watched the prequels, sort of a bit older, but at kind of the right age for them. And then after that, essentially went from child to adult, reading all the expanded universe books.
Which Disney then destroyed from your life.
So I have a very deep emotional connection to the old to the old expanded universe, which they now call Legends. And if if your story doesn't fit with that, your story is immediately wrong and bad, as far as I'm concerned. That's if it's a Star Wars story. If you're making if you make a Lord of the Rings story, you really don't need to fit it to the Star Wars expanded universe.
Yeah, Star Wars hasn't got any time travel or alternate universes that you can use in it as excuses. So, yeah, that's a bit tricky.
And it would really detract from it to have those.
See, superheroes, it's fine because I don't think they ever had any consistency from day one, and they just invented alternate universes to make it have some sort of consistency so that they can carry on doing anything random.
Well, the thing with the superheroes is it started off without consistency, and then they tried to make consistency, and they ended up with all these different numbered universes and all kinds of stuff like that.
Yeah, let's hammer it in afterwards. Yeah, I think I did have one of the first Star Wars posters somewhere. It's probably still in a box. I remember it had Luke at the front and a Darth Vader behind and a Leia in it.
Oh yeah,
because I got it out of the guy from the cinema gave it to me out of the thing that I used to put the posters in a box at the front. I haven't been to a cinema in years now. I don't know what they look like anymore.
I'm trying to think when the last time I went to the cinema was.
I haven't got one within. Well, there's one about 10 miles away by train, but even from the train station, you have to walk through a field to get there, sort of through a footpath. And obviously, when it gets dark at 4:00 at night, it's
I think it may have been when I went to see The Last Jedi.
Ooh, well, that's fairly recently then. In my
I went there, I left just kind of like, okay. And then I got home, and the more I thought about that film, the more I was like, no, that's wrong. That makes no sense. What the fuck have they done here?
But anyone coming in new, it's all right. And then you see, it all depends on what order you learn it in. So if you're a kid and you grow up with these new films and then look at the books, you'll go, hang on, the books are wrong.
Yeah, I've encountered that.
Yeah, people do funny things.
Yeah, there's now a small child buried in my I shouldn't go into that actually.
Yeah,
one thing I like doing that pisses off the sequel fans. You occasionally see me in the comment section of some Twitter poll or whatever say, Who is your favorite Star Wars character, or something along those lines? And they'll have like Rey in there, or Finn, or Poe, or whatever. I'll say, well, first they'd have to be a Star Wars character for me to vote on that.
Burn. Yeah, I don't mind, because I don't know. I don't look at films like that, and I don't tend to really care what consistency there is. I deliberately forget. It's like the way I don't know actors' names. So I sort of watch each thing in its own little container. And I deliberately don't know who the actors are, because if I see them in other films and I start to recognize them, I'll go, oh, that's so and so, and it will completely ruin whatever it is.
No, I know that feeling actually, but I've managed to kind of get over that again. But I am very into my consistency. I need the rules to make sense. Well, I don't actually need the rules to make sense exactly, but I need them to be consistent between iterations. So if you establish a rule of this is how this thing in this particular universe works, you can't then in another book have it work completely differently. Or in another film have it work completely differently, or have a book where it works completely differently to the film.
Yeah, you see, I compartmentalize them all and take them all individually and just assume that it's not part of that same universe, because obviously it can't be, because it's different.
I can only do that if it's a different thing. If it's Star Wars, it has to follow Star Wars' rules.
You should write to Disney and tell them.
What do you think I've been doing all this time?
Dear Mr. Disney.
I am really surprised that Ryan Johnson hasn't blocked me on Twitter.
That's another person I don't know, isn't it? He's in a Star Wars film, I guess.
No, he was the director of The Last Jedi.
Oh, a director. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why I'm not going to go, messaging the actor. Yeah, they didn't write the thing. There's no point me, ringing up Harrison Ford and going, what was Han Solo up to? He's like, I don't know, fucking write it, you dick.
Isn't Mr. Disney cryogenically frozen or something?
I don't think he actually is.
Oh, okay, that's a myth.
I actually was watching a thing about that earlier today. There are a lot of odd things related to Mr. Disney and death, but I don't think him being cryogenically frozen is actually one of them.
Oh, okay.
One that is that actual skeletons in the Pirates of the Caribbean ride.
Oh, yes, I saw that as well. That didn't look real.
I'll pull my earphone out now. Where's the end of this thing? There we go. All right, because at the time they originally made the Pirates of the Caribbean ride, the prop skeletons they could get were crap. So apparently Mr. Disney rang up the anatomy department of some nearby university and said, "Hey, can you give us some skeletons?" They went, "Yeah, here you go."
Got a load around the back. I was going to chuck them out, but you can have them.
Yeah.
Dog.
Yeah, apparently that university was not particularly good on keeping track of their bodies at that time. So a load of them ended up in Disney's Pirates of the Caribbean ride.
I don't know what I was looking at that yesterday. That's
They got rid of most of them, but there are rumors that some of the skeletons are still actual skeletons. All right, what were you saying, sir?
No, No, I just found it coincidental that I was looking at that yesterday because there was another video that mentioned it for some reason, and so I was looking it up.
Have you by any chance been watching Ask a Mortician?
No, it wasn't that one.
I do recommend Ask a Mortician. It's pretty funny.
I'll have to check one out.
A little bit morbid,
Hmm.
which makes sense.
Given the name, yeah.
You're talking to a mortician.
And you've heard about the conspiracy theory for the coronavirus as well?
Oh, which one now?
Well, you know Resident Evil.
Say that again. It cut you off.
You know Resident Evil.
Okay.
And the Umbrella Corporation.
Yes, I've seen that picture of the logo on the wall.
Yeah. Hashtag coincidence.
You know the Kobe Bryant thing?
Oh, yeah, the guy in the helicopter, yes.
Okay, so on Monday, I was round doing me role play with some friends, doing the whole round the table with the dice. That came up in conversation somehow. And not everyone at the table knows who he was.
Yeah, I hadn't heard of him until yesterday, to be honest.
So we're having the conversation, and it went like this. This is my mate Dave, who you've probably heard me mention him in a video or two.
Is Dave the knobhead or?
Oh yes.
Yeah, all right. I have heard of him. Yeah.
So the conversation went like this. Oh, did you hear that Kobe Bryant died in a helicopter crash? Somebody said, who's Kobe Bryant? They said, oh, he's a no. Was a basketball player. And somebody had to leave the room because she was about to drop all the plates she was carrying on the floor. She was like, oh, did you see that tweet?
That tweet?
Yeah, you know the tweet. That one tweet.
God, not that one.
Yeah. Now there was a tweet. There was a tweet from 2012.
I definitely saw it then.
Where someone said, it's Kobe Bryant. He's going to end up dying in a helicopter crash.
Oh dear.
And then recently, somebody has replied to that saying this tweet is now going viral. And the person who originally posted it said something like, "Oh fuck."
Well, that happens a lot with things. It's like there was some woman eating a bat from 2 years ago that went viral as well because of the coronavirus.
Oh, coronavirus. Oh, I saw a picture. Apparently, the coronavirus it can be killed off by alcohol.
Ooh.
So there's a picture of you know that meme with a person and then the same person photoshopped in behind them holding a gun to their head, but it's the same person.
Mm-hmm.
They've done that, but they've got Corona on the one in the front, and then Corona, but the logo for the beer on the one behind.
Yes, I've seen a few Corona related. Yeah.
See if I can find that picture.
I'm not going outside, even though it's only in Scotland at the moment. I'm just not going out. I'm not taking the risk.
Oh, is it in Scotland? Ah, there it is. All right, so if I make this big, then I can go like this, can't I?
Your newly found button.
Ping.
temperatures above 57 degrees. Well, that's not going to do your body much good either, is it? Killed by alcohol. And of course, all the tests they're doing are completely worthless because it doesn't present for between 5 days and 2 weeks anyway. So, how's your temperature? Oh, it's all right. Oh, you can come in then. 5 days later.
Well, that's how the zombie virus spread, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it's all looking that way. It's going back to those other no coughing.
It's all right. I've just been drinking Corona.
Sorry.
Have you read the World War Z book?
No.
I recommend. I do not recommend the film if you expect it to be like the book.
Oh, I've already seen the film. I thought it was all right.
Yeah, I thought the film was all right, but like whatsoever at all. It has no relation to the book apart from, the guy that he meets when he goes to India, I think. No, it's not India.
Memory of a fish.
It's the Middle East, when he's in the Middle East and they've walled off the entire city.
I don't know, but I'll let you carry on.
You're supposed to know every detail of every film you've seen.
I can't remember what I had for dinner yesterday.
All right, so he meets this guy. This one character is the only crossover between the events of the film and the events of the book. And the only similarity is that he's in the same place and the character is named the same thing.
Oh, that's pretty good then. Yeah.
All the details are different apart from that.
You can now say it's based on the story. Yeah.
It's based on the name recognition of the title. But the book is very good. Yeah. I recommend it. It's written as a sort of an after-action report of a zombie outbreak.
I do quite like Dying Light as well, if you've played that game.
I've seen it, I haven't played it.
Yeah, it's awesome. You are the survivor in a city of zombies. You can, take down some zombies in rather interesting ways.
Mm-hmm.
There's a new Walking Dead virtual reality game as well, if you've seen anything about that one. That one looks awesome. They put the gore level up to about 8.5.
Mm-hmm.
You can stab zombies in the head with screwdrivers and stuff like that.
Fabulous. Right, here we are. I have the book in my hand.
Uh-oh.
What the hell is that?
It's your hand. In your paw.
Oh, apparently I used a random leather offcut as a bookmark at some point.
It's just a piece of skin hanging out of a book. Is this human?
Oh yeah, I'm going to tell you about it. So it began with rumors from China about another pandemic. Then cases started to multiply, and what had looked like the stirrings of a criminal underclass, even the beginnings of a revolution, soon revealed themselves to be much, much worse. Faced with a future of mindless, man-eating horror, humanity was forced to accept the logic of world government and face events that tested our sanity and our sense of reality.
That sounds suspiciously like what's happening in the real world right now.
What am I doing? Here it is. The first one that was written was the Zombie Survival Guide. And that is actually written as a survival guide for the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah. See, and they thought we were taking the piss when we were testing the councils earlier for the for the zombie alerts, and everyone was dressing up as zombies and going, "See, it could happen." Oh dear. Well, I don't know. I've been seeing conflicting reports because one guy says it's like 100 microns, and then other people are saying, "Oh no, you need much finer masks." But I don't know. I might have to get a little mask anyway to go to the shops with.
I just go to the pound shop, get a dust mask.
Okay. I don't think those are good enough.
No, but they'll keep the dust out.
Yeah.
See, I'm just trying not to speak to anyone.
Yeah. But the problem is sometimes you have to go out for food and water.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
I'll just get delivery people to bring stuff to me, and they can leave it. I'll just open the door. They can leave it there, and then when they go away, then I can bring it in afterwards.
Go and spray it with alcohol.
Yeah. Decontamination chamber. Yeah.
Heat it to 60 degrees.
Yeah. Cover it in Corona.
The milk's been delivered. Just let me heat it to 60 degrees before I put it away.
Yeah, and this ice cream.
Spray Corona all over.
Yeah, we'll be all right in the UK. We're all down the pub anyway.
Oh, I'm drinking at home.
Outrageous.
I'm antisocial. I don't like people.
I just have one beer and fall asleep, so I get one a month. If I know that I can't be bothered to face the rest of the day, I just have a beer and then it's right. That's it.
I've been getting a bit like that myself, actually. I've just started, rather than going all wobbly and being all over the place and funny, I just end up tired. So, let's have a few drinks. Oh, this is lovely.
Oh, I've always been like that. I could, in the height of my drinking days, at my maximum capacity, I could manage 3.
Well, I used to be able to keep up a bit better with some of the heavier drinkers in the circles, but I haven't really been drinking much lately. But I remember we took this French guy out drinking. This is me and the people I used to do martial arts with. We took him out drinking and got him absolutely ruined. And I asked him, so what would happen if I was to go to France and introduce myself like this? Bonjour, je suis... je m'appelle la roast beef.
Yeah, that seems perfectly reasonable.
And he thought it was hilarious. He said,
Yeah,
this would be like me coming to England and saying, hello, I am Froggy.
Yeah, that sounds normal. Yeah, we had well, I don't know if you did it at school, but we had French exchange. So we had a French person over.
Yeah, I don't think we did do that.
Yeah.
We went, when I was in secondary school, we went through a French teacher a year.
Yeah, I think that's normal.
First one looked like she was about to have a mental breakdown as soon as I got there.
I know I would if I had to try and teach a classroom full of people like me. That would be horrendous.
There was one who would just give out the books and then go hide in the cupboard for an hour.
Read this, learn it.
Next one, I don't think I ever actually heard her speak English. And finally, we ended up with, rather than a French teacher, we had a languages teacher, because the lady they got to replace, the one who didn't, I never heard her speak English, the lady they got to replace her spoke like 15 different languages. So, all right, we'll have a languages teacher rather than a French teacher.
Math Pig is asking when he gets to interview a badger.
When he does.
Yeah, when he does. Yeah.
Send me an email to hang on.
Oh God. Put it on screen. On screen.
Make it so, number one. Yeah, send me an email to that email address.
That's BADGER.
No, Rich Dolph Randallson says you need better bubbles.
He's just tweeted you instead.
What's wrong with me, man?
How boring,
That's-
Math Pig.
That's my official email address.
Yeah. All you have to do is make sure that you add that address so that it doesn't go into spam.
Well, no, it's fine if they email me first. I managed to set up a debate with S.J. Thomason with it.
Yeah, well, there you go. Says he tweeted you days ago, but you ignored him.
Oh, well, you should have tweeted me better, shouldn't you?
Yeah. Maybe it was the first tweet. I have noticed though, sometimes people will tweet me or direct message me, but then it won't actually show up until about 4 or 5 days after they sent the message that someone sent me a new message.
Yeah, I get that. It sends me a message request, and I don't see it for ages.
Yeah,
And I finally see it, and I go, "Oh shit! Somebody's been trying to message me."
Yeah, exactly.
And I click. Yeah, it's
actually, there's like 2 or 3 built up, and it's like, oh, what are these new? Oh, December 2017. Oh. Is this? It is Math Pig. If you, I don't know if it's still in the
It's
chat.
in the thing. Yeah, I'm probably gonna run out of steam in a minute, but come on in. What was I gonna say? Oh, that was it. Yeah, I got a load of message requests from random people. But let me rephrase that. I got a load of message requests from semi-attractive women.
Oh, I mean, I'm not interested.
Not in a good way. Let me give you an example.
Do they not want to run their fingers through your fur?
No. I'm trying to find a good example here. Here we are. I got no. What in the hell is that? I'm just going back through my messages. I don't remember.
You found some more now, haven't you?
I don't remember when I got half of these.
Oh.
Don't remember that one. I don't remember that one. Okay, this isn't what I meant.
But
here we are. I got a message from someone called Ausman.
Okay.
Profile says, "Hello everyone. I am Ausman from the Gambia in the western part of Africa.
Mm-hmm.
I am a young Christian living together with my little ones." I was okay. Now this person sent me a message request. And it said, "Hello, nice to meet you." So I accepted the message request and I said, "Hello, hello. What can I do for you?" I said, I just came across your profile and decided to message you for the sake of humanity.
Goodness, that must be quite urgent. Then.
I said, interesting, please go on.
Shouldn't you be talking to Batman?
My name is Ausman from the Gambia, located in the western part of Africa. And have you ever heard of the country or meet a friend there before? And I think I'd just had enough of it at that point because I had a load of other ones. I was like, oh, fuck it, I can't be bothered.
Boobies.
So get out of it.
Hello.
Hello.
You said this in stream the other night when Orlin was there. Send me a Twitter message, and I sent you a DM that just said what I just said a minute ago. And then you said, yeah. And then I was like, right, pick a Tuesday or Sunday. And then you ghosted me.
Oh, Badger.
Look at you. You're quite clearly a ghost.
No. I'm a digital representation of my pig-like self.
Yeah, well, basically what's happened is the real world kind of like does things.
Oh, yeah. Is it female related?
No, unfortunately. It's phone call related.
It's what?
Yeah.
Phone call related.
Phone call related?
Yeah, you know when you get a phone call, they like insist that you talk to them.
No, that never happens to me. I've got an answering machine.
No, the only phone calls I worry about is when you're really drunk and then you wake up and wonder, is your girlfriend annoyed with you or not annoyed with you?
Hey, look, it's Rich Dolph Rebelson.
Hello, Randolph.
Hello, Matt Pig. Hey, before I left, I mentioned I was going to show you another meme I created, and I forgot. But here it is. Are you familiar with a place called Doge's Palace?
I don't think I am.
It's a real place.
Yeah, that actually sounds like a... Yeah, we'll not say what that sounds like to me. Sorry, move on.
So I took a picture of a lion guarding it, and I stuck Doge's face on it. And there it is, screen shared for you.
There we go.
It's guarded by the red lion, but in this case, I'm saying it's guarded by the red Doge lion. I even changed the words a little bit here.
Pax tibi, Maltus thesaurus ahem.
You said that too English.
Oh yeah, that's Latin. It's probably very badly translated, but that's the quality of memes for you.
That's Romans go home.
I think. Let me see. It says, "Peace to all." Much. It's hard to read it because let me just see here. I'll get the answer. It says, "Peace to you, much treasure." Wow, that's what it translates to.
Did you get my message, Matt Pig?
Yeah, and now I feel bad like I've offended you. I'm in one of them moods tonight where I'm very sensitive at the minute.
That was a great picture, by the way, Randolph. I enjoyed that.
Just fun stuff. Yeah, I'm glad you like it. Thank you.
No, I've just sent... Math Pig has been complaining that I didn't answer his last Twitter message, so I just sent him a message on Twitter saying, "The fuck is your deal?"
Yeah. And I looked at it and went, fuck. And I have literally typed, "Sorry, did I fit?" And then you started talking, so I stopped.
So when are you going on, Badger?
Oh no, wait, he's typing. Badger is typing.
Badger is typing a message.
Oh no, now we've talked about it, he stopped.
Well, maybe while he's typing, he can put up this picture.
Oh, another one.
I didn't make this
You
one.
mean?
I found this on Twitter.
Oh dear, oh dear.
There are some crazy people online.
That was a definite certified thing. Yeah.
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 If he's
don't
smart,
do that.
if he's smart, his gun's not loaded. But
He's not smart. He eats too
I
much.
just say he
McDonald's.
doesn't look smart.
Oh, goodness me.
it's a good picture, though. It's a little blurry, but
What does a smart
Although-
person look like?
I have to say that I did once do something similar.
Well, took a picture of yourself in the mirror with it. Oh.
No, I was paintballing.
oh,
I was out doing the old paintballing. Did you get my picture, Matthew?
I did. I sent you one back.
Oh, yeah, I've just got it. If I don't come back, it's because of you! Oh.
That's the joke. I did come back.
What was I going to say? Anyone? Because I forgot.
No.
You were talking about what Sunday or Tuesday suits you to come on in February and on my show.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
How about the first one? Then you don't have to think. And it,
Well, I've got Lilith on Lilith Liberated is coming on this Sunday.
Got something happening on that one.
Pardon?
What?
He's got something happening on that one. How about the next earliest one?
No, that's the
Ah.
only slot that is filled. I am completely empty after that. I'm running out of people to talk to. I've no interviews booked, as in what I'm saying. I've got Lilith on Sunday, and after that, every Tuesday and Sunday I am free.
Do the Tuesday then, Badger.
Yeah, that's the one I think I'm probably busy, but I'll do
Next
something.
Sunday.
Yeah, Tuesday nights
I'll
are
do
usually
something.
busy for you. Oh, hold on. Is it Tuesday now?
I don't know.
Well,
I'm only
yeah.
playing, man. I'm only
Tuesday
playing.
night, Wednesday morning, whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
No, it'd be interesting, Padre, because I've only not that I've only recently found you, but we've only recently started to have interactions.
Yeah, that's true. Oh,
I
what
don't
we
see
got?
you enough in the chat, and what I usually find is if I see someone an awful lot in the chat, then I'll click and I'll sub, but I don't see you in the same chats as me. Although I do know of you.
Wow.
Now I sound really condescending and ignorant, so I'm going to mute.
I'm just looking at the
No, I
picture.
get ya.
Yeah, that's amazing. I never knew that. Not
That's
Mr. Alien.
yeah,
Neil
it's
Armstrong.
That's
backwards.
not quite correct.
Not Mr. Alien.
That's not right.
It's just
not,
brilliant.
is it?
Whoever saw this.
Sknor. It would
Norks,
be
Mr.
the other
Alien.
way around, but yeah.
That's your
Yeah, so
basic
yes, I would
identity.
definitely like to come on for a chat, Mathpig. I just need to figure out when, which I will get back to you on. But remind me to get back to you on it because I am terrible at the moment.
Oh no, man! In real life, shit is in real life, and always takes precedent. At the end of the day, this is only YouTube, and we're only here for a bit of fun, bit of banter, and hopefully to
Yeah.
have.
No, that's the same reason I'm here. I'm having to put opinion stuff on the internet for me to have a rant about Disney's fucking.
Just out of
stuff.
Just out of curiosity, I used to have just an icon, and then I stole Nerdy's technology. What technology are you using?
Mm-hmm. Sorry,
To
it cut the
appear
last
as a
bit of you
badger.
off then. Say it again.
I used to just be an icon, then I stole Nerdy's
Mhm.
technology, and now I'm a floating head. And
Yeah.
your technology is obviously better than Nerdy's, so can you share your alien technology with us? So is it
Oh,
possible?
this is just live webcam feed of my spaceship.
Exactly.
So you can't share your technology. It breaks the Prime Directive.
No, I could make you something if you like. I did one for Purple.
The floaty thing, that was you.
Surfboard, yeah. Well, someone else did the Triceratops.
I didn't design
Yeah.
the Triceratops. That was somebody else, but I did the animation to make it fly around.
Yeah, he sent me the original. That's based on a Citroen C2, I think it is.
I think that's what he said. Yeah.
No, very well done, man. Appreciate, very, very good work. I like to, tweak and mess about, so it'd be interesting to use it. What is it that you use, or do you just digitally design, do you make the background?
I use all sorts of random crap to make the things I do.
Well,
It's
one's
not
out.
like a single program. I do like a combination of photoshopping and video editing and some other stuff to just it's
No,
all kind of bodged.
I can totally understand where you're coming from. If I'm making a video on my phone, I'll use a program called KineMaster, which is generally built from pictures built on Pixel Lab with probably a cross between cut, paste, and maybe some tweaks on another program, and then added to Pixel Lab, and then the text added, and then put into KineMaster. So, yeah, I get where you're talking.
Yeah, no, it's all a complete bodge with my stuff.
But that's why it looks so good. Because you take the best out of everything.
Badger.
Hello.
Hello again, Badger. Sorry, change the subject totally. I have a quick question for Randolph, as I've just discovered he's from Canada.
Go on.
Has he ever heard of Glenbow Ranch Provincial Park?
Well, we have a lot of provincial parks. Can you say the name of it again?
Glenbow, Glenbow.
Glenbow.
It might be in Alberta, I think.
Just looking it up.
Yeah. The reason I'm asking is that this author sent me a book about it.
Oh, Glenbow Ranch.
Yeah.
Provincial Park.
Glenbow.
I heard Rainbow for some reason.
Okay. No, Glenbow, Glenbow.
Yeah, Glenbow.
Well, hold on a minute. If I turn on my camera, I can.
It's okay. I found it here, so.
Show it to you. That's
What's the real Rory?
Yeah, that's the book. And anyway, the reason that I'll try to be brief. The reason that this author sent the book was that I supplied a lot of information about my family, and photographs and what I knew about their family history. But they were, I think, what was it? No, it wasn't Manitoba. It was it must have been Alberta, I think. Anyway, but
Yeah, it's in Alberta. It's close to the number 1 highway, also known as the
so,
401.
and there's some quite nice photos of them here with their. You can see that arms and hats and that type of thing. So anyway, I just thought I'd mention that briefly. Sorry to interrupt the rest of the conversation.
Have you been to this park?
No, I haven't. No. In fact, I've never been to Canada.
Well, there's another park close to it called Banff. Banff is definitely worth seeing, and then you can just take the highway straight to Glenbow Park, and you'll probably be able to get there driving there in the same day. It's I would say it's good to see both. I haven't been to Glenbow, but I'm sure it's beautiful.
Another one on my bucket list, then.
I'm in British Columbia. I'm near near the coast here, so in southwestern BC.
Sure. Okay.
The Greater Vancouver area. So
right.
I think I'm probably a bit late and you've gone already, but nice to see you, Steve. Sorry I didn't see you comment earlier. I'm half asleep.
Very much appreciated your stream the other day, Rory. Nice car.
Oh, thank you.
I haven't subbed because that's your only video. Make more, you'll get a sub. Whereabouts in relative? I know that we know. Now, I know that we know each other, Rory, but I am very, very bad with directions and very bad with distances in England. So, how long would it take you to get to the London area?
It would take me about 2 hours. Yeah,
In in that particular car?
Well, no, it doesn't really matter. It's a question of the traffic, isn't it, on the motorway? But
I know a few of them people that wouldn't drive their car 45 minutes up the road because it overheats and all the rest of it. It looked quite well from the bonnet that I seen because of the quality of the paint.
well, thank you for watching it. No, I mean, it's interesting because I was thinking, well, because I didn't have any. I had my dog in the car with me, and there's a very brief moment where he starts yapping. But no, I didn't make any commentary, and I thought to myself, well, maybe you can advise me on this, or everybody actually. I thought maybe if I did a commentary over it, and I could do some like really interesting routes in southwest England or something. I mean, that might turn out to be quite popular on YouTube, don't you think?
I would think it could, actually, because you have an interesting vehicle and an interesting voice.
I would move the camera though, because all you see is the forward 3 inches of the bonnet. And
Well,
purely because I'm a car person, I know what car it is. And from that, I can then discern what the rest of the car looks like. And I have a picture in my head. But just a random person coming on is just going to see 3 inches of green and road.
Yeah, well, that was purely my iPhone, sitting in front of the windscreen, which I use for sat nav and stuff. It was just an iPhone video.
Yeah, well, you could get a GoPro now. If you're going to record it, a GoPro's the way to go because it takes anti-shock and all the rest of that out of it as well.
Well, I thought one nice thing about
I have
video.
a Chinese ripoff of a GoPro.
That's what my brother actually bought for his drone because of the amount of times he crashes his drone. But yeah, he bought a Chinese GoPro at half the price and it's a cube, so it fits perfectly onto his drone.
My brother has a GoPro in his aeroplane.
Oh, nice. I have a Action Cam, which is the Chinese GoPro ripoff.
Does it work?
Well, actually, it does. People who have watched my channel will have seen some of the results of it working. Because in some of the backgrounds of my videos, where I'm in the burrow and I change the pictures mounted on the walls, one of them is a video of newts in the pond. Which is when I duct taped that camera in its waterproof case to the end of a stick and stuck the camera in the pond for a couple of hours.
Cool.
My camera right now is beyond shite. I am fucking about with it to try and get it to sit right, and I'm just going to give up at that. And now I look pudgy. How can I look pudgy on a digital image?
Like that.
Yeah, you know what the worst of it is? Before I touched it, it was probably.
I'm gonna go to bed in a minute. I think. All right, have you got, Mr. Pathmeg? Have you got a like a visual avatar thing that you want to use?
What do you mean by a visual avatar? Like, this is my general icon.
Mm-hmm.
If I could make that head on this,
I could do like a looped video with motion and stuff and a background.
you see, this is facial recognition, so there's actual movement in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I haven't quite figured out the face recognition stuff.
Well, Nerdy was saying that the
that's something for
program
the
you
future.
can do this, and you could put ears on it. If I had this, and if my nose was replaced slightly more piggish, and I had sort of ears coming through the hat, I don't want to lose the hat. I know I've got used to the hat, and I'm really liking it. And someone actually said in my live stream earlier, "Is that a giant brain underneath your hat?" And I was like, "Oh yeah."
So you can probably do it in Lens Studio anyway, if you can modify that one.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the next.
there are ways to do it, but I can do a fancy thing for you, but it'll be a bit less reactive because it'll be kind of like a static loop.
No, well, I like this. I think Nerdy was mentioned in an earlier program. I do appreciate that, Badger, but I'm loving the movement. See, look, Nerdy's doing it too. The whole head motions and all. It's like,
Mhm.
and in all honesty, this was just sort of a replacement for the fact that this is my actual camera, right? My camera is.
You can probably turn the autofocus off, actually. That might help if it's...
Yeah, you say that, Nerdy, right? I've done the autofocus off in the Microsoft program, and then I've done autofocus off in the actual. But if I do a wee Nerdy and then you stop, it's going to make a content. I mean, it's going to be one of them really good nights where it doesn't.
Yeah, it looks fine, yeah.
But it does generally autofocus.
Yeah, it's
See, there you go.
Oh, there it goes.
And then you do another emotion, and there it goes. And I do another emotion,
Yeah.
and there it goes. And there's a flickering with the lights as well. You know, it's just not great.
Oh, yeah, I've got the flickering on mine as well.
Lovely mic. Camera, shit. Great mic.
Yeah.
But, no.
The flickering for me really depends on how I've got my lighting set up. So sometimes how I do the lights, it doesn't flicker, and sometimes it does. It's like... Ugh.
I looked it up. 45-degree angle. I have my light exactly at 45 degrees. It doesn't fucking help. I need... I don't know. There's not enough room. Like, the camera's less than a foot and a half away from my face as well, which doesn't help.
There is that. So have you actually played the Star Wars game your ship's from, Badger? Or
Well, it's from the Old Republic.
Mm.
And yes, but not all the way through.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I spent many hours in that ship. Many screenshots of me in it. Yeah.
Yes, I have played the game, but I got really pissed off with the grindiness.
I just did PvP, to be honest, most of the time.
No, I got really into the story, and I was there going, all right, we got this. All I got to do is I go to this planet, I do the missions, then I go to the next planet, I do the missions, I go to the next planet, and I'm there on Alderaan, and I'm stuck on Alderaan because I've done all the fucking missions on Alderaan, and then suddenly I can't progress on Alderaan because I'm not high enough level to go to the next area of Alderaan, but I'm out of missions. The only things left to do are the repeatable grindy missions, and I've already done them. I don't want to do them anymore.
Yes, game designers that turn games into jobs.
So at that point, I just stopped playing because I'd had enough.
I thought it was quite good. I did play a bounty hunter in that. I did like missiles, firing missiles at people. That was fun.
He looked like
Badger.
he was wearing like a technology cowboy hat and an armored blue dressing gown. And rocket boot.
Yeah, I went for the Boba Fett look, of course, because, well, you have to.
Well, I was gonna, but then I found this armored blue dressing gown, so that was my look.
Dressing gown. I love that.
Have you ever heard of the Star Wars Vault by Stephen J. Sandsworth and Peter Villemere?
Say that again.
Have you ever heard of
Right.
the
Say it once
Star
more,
Wars
because
Vault?
The Star Wars what?
Not me.
Vault, the Star Wars Vault,
Vault,
VAULT.
right. Every time you said the word vault, it cut out.
Upgrade your internet, Badger.
No, I'm on a spaceship.
The Star Wars Vault. Yeah, he's working off satellite internet, man. That's not very reliable. The Star Wars Vault, and it's by Stephen J. Sansweet and Peter Villemure, M-U-R.
What's it about?
Star Wars.
Really?
30 years of treasures from the Lucasfilm archives with removable memorabilia and 2 audio CDs. It's like 30 years of official replicas of everything.
Oh, is that-
Interesting.
Is that the book because you were all showing your stuff on the stream the other day? Is that the book you've got? Or
The one on the Daily Atheist that I was flashing like fucking Ron Jeremy. Yeah.
Right. I'll be right back.
and what's his chops had a blaster as well, didn't he? They're both Chris, aren't they?
Yeah, there was 2 Chris's and 2 Daves, and I nearly called the wrong Dave by and made a joke out of it. Your pickle face said it all, man. Your smile was perfect. That's exactly, yeah. Did you know Dave's by Badger?
He's not there,
It's been mentioned to me once or twice.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're just not making a big deal out of it. And that's what you have to say the next time you see Dave in the chat, Critical Cripple in the chat. We're trying to spread this far and wide.
Yeah, I don't make a big deal of most things if I can avoid it.
Yeah, it's like a running joke, and we're trying to spread it as far as wide. So whenever you see Critical Cripple in the chat next time, just like, Dave, am I right in saying that I heard your bye? He'll come back and say yes with probably a giggle emoji, and you go, oh, that's cool. I'll not make a big deal out of it. And then move on.
I see.
And then we all have a laugh about it. I've made a t-shirt, man. There's a t-shirt in the making.
Oh, what am I doing?
There was an interesting article, Badger, I came across in my last regimental magazine regarding World War III. Could I read it out to you?
Yes, please do.
It's not the whole thing. It's called "What Did You Do in the Cold War, Daddy?" And the the paragraph that makes sense is, or applies to me, says World War III would take fractionally less eschatological, whatever that means, form, if the Soviets opted for a conventional ground invasion. There are frontline forces were better armed than the Soviets, but massively outnumbered. Soviet superiority in manpower was usually given as 3-1. They also remember being told 7-1. They also had more tanks, aeroplanes, and artillery. The one arm in which NATO had superiority was tactical nukes. As a result, NATO's strategy was for everyone to fall back in front of the Russian tanks, draw them into carefully prepared killing zones, and drop the tactical nukes on them. The HACOPs, which is what I did, would be at the heart of this, positioned around the edges of the killing zones and directing nuclear fire down upon themselves. Good luck with that one.
Right, so the battle plan was to stand on the edge of the area with the tanks in and call in nukes.
Now, the battle plan was to let the Russians come over, and then we'd
Oh, so they've already gone past you.
yes, and then yeah, I think that was slightly incorrect what he wrote there, because no, it was then meant to be hitting their nuclear weapons and that sort of thing. But yes, it's kind of a yes and a no, because yeah, we obviously they'd have more than one wave of tanks. So we were meant to hit the secondary, let them come over us, and then we hit the the second wave and the third wave, and whatever the Scud missiles they pulled up.
Yeah, that does sound a little bit silly.
Well, it's a bit, yeah, it is a bit silly, but looking back, but hey.
It sounds like something that some that a character in a film would do. You know, that one soldier, the last soldier in the platoon. All the rest of that guy's troops are dead, and he's been overrun with tanks. And he goes, "I'll take a few of these bastards with me." Gets out his radio, calls in an airstrike on himself.
Well, we used to dig into what was called a Mexi shelter, which is basically a complete underground shelter. It's kind of a big Meccano kit, really. And then you just cover yourself up, with earth over the top and everything. So you really couldn't be seen. And then you kind of pop up later. In fact, I was very nearly run over by a Leopard 2 tank during one exercise.
Oh dear.
And we actually had to pop out and wave.
I'm going to jump out. Sorry to interrupt you, Rory. I'm going to jump out. It's getting late here, and I've become slightly addicted to The Good Place on Netflix.
Right.
Okay.
Well, yeah. I've
Okay,
sent
Matt.
you another message on the thing.
Yeah, do the stuff with the
And
thing
reply to
on
me,
that.
right?
Yeah. Badger, we appreciate your letting me on, man. Really do.
No, that's fine. I do like having interesting people on to chat with. Please do come on again and poke me on the Twitter, and I will try to arrange like proper chat on your channel at some point as well.
Yeah, perfect. And we will talk to you later, my man. Nerdy, as always, lots of love. Rory,
Bye,
No.
you're special. See you there.
Nightmare. Oh, you lost my earphone. Okay. I was telling a
I should
story
probably
of
go to
something
bed as well.
I was telling that story of something I did while I was paintballing, wasn't I?
Oh, yes.
So I was shooting the old paintballs out of the paintball gun. It was all going great. But then they started exploding as they were coming out of the barrel rather than when they hit the enemy. So I thought, oh, that's simple. There must be something stuck in the barrel. So as I turned the barrel to look down it, I realized what I was doing just as it was about to be pointing at me. I was there going, I wonder if there's something about what am I doing?
Was it Rudyard Kipling who said, "Never, never let a gun pointed be at anyone"?
It might very well have been, but I was there almost pointing it at my own face.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, I realised that. I wonder if there's anything stuck in the barrel. What am I doing? Absolute idiot.
Hold on a sec, I'll be back.
Oh,
I'm going to have to go to sleep, though. Very, very busy pickle with work in the morning. But,
I am going to have to go to sleep soon as well,
yeah.
but not so much busy in the morning.
But yes, thanks for having me on the Badger Show. And
Yeah, I'm just about to go onto my desk.
Yeah. I'll say bye for now, though.
Yeah. Do you fancy coming on for a chat about something, Mr. Pickle?
Yeah, can do. Whenever, really.
Yeah, if you fancy coming on and you got a pickle-related topic or not pickle-related, and is also fine.
Oh, I'd have to think of a topic, wouldn't I? I don't know. Yeah, that's where I get stuck.
I don't know. It's something British. Ooh.
Goodness me.
Now that is familiar to me. You're still muted, Rory. I can't hear you. Muted.
There we go. How about that? We don't often have a Webley revolver, do you, on your channel, Badger?
I wondered if it was a Webley. Hang on, let me make you big.
There we go.
It's
do
got
have a
things
nice-
in there as well. There's actual bullets.
I do have a nice
No,
revolver in my desk drawer, but mine is an airsoft gun.
This is an air pistol.
Oh, wonderful.
But, hold on a minute. Um, the reason I bought it was that my grandfather went over the top on the first day of the Somme, 1916, with his Webley revolver.
Yeah.
He went over. He was in the King's Own Yorkshire Light Infantry. And he went over with about 800 men, and only 200 came back. He was wounded within the first 5 minutes of going over the top. But
Yeah.
I remember going up to his attic as a young boy, because as a young boy, you do things which you're told you're not allowed to do, and you almost immediately do them. And I actually found his Webley revolver from World War One in its holster, and also his helmet with the hole in it from the shrapnel wound.
Oh.
Yeah, the shrapnel that killed him.
Interesting.
So anyway, I thought I'd better buy a, it's actually made by. I'll put it on again. It's actually made by. It's actually made by Webley. I don't think in this country, but it's exactly the same weight, the size, and everything.
Do you watch Lindy Beige videos?
Yes, I do. Yes, yeah.
Because I think he got the same one, didn't he? The Webley air pistol reproduction.
I don't know. I haven't seen that particular video, but yeah, no, I do love Lindy Beige. Yeah, he's quite fun.
I do like a bit of Lindy Beige. So,
the funniest one I ever watched was the one about the schoolboys beating the army in the army race. Did you see that one?
I don't think I've seen that one. No.
Oh, that was quite funny because they.
I've been a little bit out of things for a little while.
Right. No, because they basically had I don't want to spoil it for you, but they basically had a plan of how to beat this army team in this cross-country run. And the school comes up with it, or the boys come up with an amazing plan where they do actually win it. But I don't want to spoil it for you.
All right, I'll try and find that one.
I think that was at Bryanston in Dorset. I think that's where he went to school.
Just gonna say good night quickly. Good night.
Yeah, I'm probably. Oh, he's off. I shall probably wrap up now, I think, because it is getting rather late.
I agree. Well, it was a fun chat. I said I didn't really want to come in there earlier because I thought I really don't know much about Star Wars and couldn't really make any comments. But clearly,
I ran out of steam for the Star Wars chat during the initial stream because I went through all my notes, and I was hoping that people would come in to the after show before I ran out of stuff to say, but nope, they let me sit there struggling for about 20 minutes before they came and joined me.
I'm guilty of that too, Badger. I'm guilty of that too because I was thinking, like, no, I have nothing to say, and all that sort of thing. But there we go.
Nothing to say. Help.
Life happens. Shit happens, I suppose.
Oh,
Well,
I think Critical Cripples just put the thing in the place.
Done what?
The Lindy Beige link.
Oh, okay. Oh, excellent. I'm on StreamYard at the moment. I'm not on YouTube. Hold on a minute. Oh, yes. So he did. Excellent. Yeah, excellent.
All right, I'm just going to open that up and put it somewhere so that I can find it later.
It's quite a funny one.
Oh, there he is. All right, we'll put that on the watch later list. Right. Well, I think I should probably wrap up for the evening. Lovely to chat with you again.
Well, and you, Badger, and a very good night to you.
And at some point, let's try and arrange to have a proper chat about a topic or something. I don't know. Maybe something plane related.
No, that's
or Webley related.
Webley or Cold War related, perhaps. Yeah, that'd be interesting. Okay. All right. Good night. Sleep tight.
Oh, one sec. What's this?
Oh,
Before I go to sleep, what are you saying, Dave?
typo. Strangely enough, I do have a question for.
Lindy Bay.
Hey!
Right. What's your question?
My question for Critical Cripple.
Mhm.
In his avatar, he
Yeah.
has what looks like either a walking stick or a riding crop, and it'd be quite nice to know which one it is. I think it's a riding crop myself.
I think it might be a walking stick because I think his avatar is based on Dr. House.
Walking stick. Ah, there we go.
Yeah,
There we go.
I think Critical Cripple's avatar is based on Dr. House from the series House.
Oh, okay. All right. Anyway, question answered. Thank you, Critical
Right.
Dave.
Thank you very much for coming, and good night.
Good night to you, sir.
Right, oh, that's not the end broadcast.